Gut Guardians. Man, who loves some high hopes? I don't care what mood you're in. That song just brings the fire inside us all. And like that's what it's all about. Living life on our terms. I'm excited for tonight. I got a text from Dr. Anna about 8:05, about 55 minutes ago, because tonight was our stomach series. Because like we've been crushing each, we did small intestine, then large intestine. And Dr. Anna, at the end of the day, this is about living our best life. And Dr. Anna obviously is in surgery every Monday, and she shows up for us every Monday. She shows up, even though that was like her 10, 12-hour days. She has a week off this week, and she forgot, and she went out with Matthew, and she's all, Mark, I'm going to a restaurant, but I can do the call from the restaurant. I said, Dr. Anna, I got you. So you go have some family time. And Gut Guardians, we will talk about stomach next week. But tonight made me think. Abby came to me and said, what are you going to do? I said, man, this is awesome. I feel like right now, and just raise your hand if this, I see AMP on. I think the goal for us all simple. Wake up feeling great every day. And right now, if you wake up and you feel great every day, raise your hand. Give me a 1 in the chat. Like 1, like I feel like I'm a champion every day. That's how I feel. I feel that way every day. But I also know that in our career and our life together, I've been able to help coach 40,000 people personally, and we've helped millions of people. I mean, we're doing arena events with 25,000 people. We have helped millions of people understand food and gut health around the world. Like that's been my career. And part of this journey for me is my dad initially, and then Abby, my wife. Abby has suffered with digestive system. Abby's mom suffered with digestive challenges. And no matter how many great people we have in our life and experts in our life, Abby still wakes up many days with a stomach ache, in pain. And, a lot of times she's doing what she needs to do. She's locked in. Her food is great. Her movement's great. Zyve has been a game changer for her, all the things. But guess what? Even when you do it all, there's still other variables that come in. Perimenopause, hormone shifts, stress, things like that. Like normal things that come into life can cause chaos. And what I felt like I thought about today, like I'm a man. Abby's got all the information. What about people who don't have all the information? And what I realize is you guys are all showing up every Monday, or you're watching the replay. And I want to take you into our kitchen and our home. And I want to take you into my office. And I want to tonight really teach you about how to build a meal plan properly, how to look at your food in a different way. Now, I can't cover it all in 30 minutes, but hopefully I can give you some nuggets. And guess what? I got 10 of my go-to items that are there, that are set up for this. And I think that's the key. We have one goal in life: to wake up feeling great every day. I saw my dad suffer for 25 years. It's why I do what I do. I saw my mom lose her confidence in her body as a chronic dieter. It doesn't have to be this way. So I want everyone to level up today. I want you to challenge yourself. And I'm going to ask you to take at least 5 of the things I'm going to be sharing. Make that stand for yourself, for your gut health, for your gut greatness, so that you can be your very best. This Sunday, I turned 53. I am telling you right now, I worked 7 hours today on our off-road camper. I'm freaking lifting up. I'm sweating like endlessly. 2 things of electrolytes. A's will not define me. I feel great every day. It's the happiest I've ever been in my life. And I'm telling you right now, you can have it all. You just need to make that decision and do the right work. Okay, there we go. Let's go. You can see I'm a little fired up today. Okay, so as we go on, I want to share this. This is our Zyve Alive community. And also, we're announcing a winner tonight. I know everyone, we've been reaching out. Kim, there's many of you that have won a call with me and Dr. Anna. We're reaching out to each and every one of you now, coordinating our schedules. I already did my call with Kim. Dr. Anna's doing her call with Kim. But we had a special winner, 3 free Zyve off reviews, and we're going to announce that in about 5 minutes. So this is our Zyve Alive group. If you missed any of it, these calls are just powerful. I love Shay Mason. Army veteran, amazing leader, incredible woman, best-selling author. Shay did a comment on that large intestine, says she learned so much. We did small intestines, zonula. Next week, we're going to do stomach. You don't want to miss that. Now, this picture inspires me because it kind of also made me think about today. This was at our Overlanding Expo. We bought an expedition trailer. And guess what? They reached out to me because we run these cool challenges all over the world. And they said, Mark, we want to do a food challenge with you. So we are going to, in August, we're going to be doing a food adventure challenge. That's going to be focusing on how, wherever you are, whether it's in a Jeep, whether it's going to be in a big off-road camper, whether you're at the beach, how you can make good food taste good. And guess what? Gut health is part of that. So we're going to launch that with, it's going to be a huge overlanding campaign. It's a passion project for me. So I'll talk more about it in August, but I just want you to know, it inspired me because I feel like I watch all these overlanders and no one knows how to eat. I see what people are putting in and cooking with, and I think about, oh my goodness, Dr. Anna, good thing we made Zive, but they're not using Zive. And I think the thousands that are using Zive, like, we got to get the overlandings because they're using seed oils and they're using processed food. And there's no way they feel fantastic every single day with their gut health. And that's why we're going to educate. So, I mean, I'm just kind of, it's so much fun to do these things. But this was us at the Overlanding Expo. That's Hunter's Jeep and rooftop tent there. That's Yosmai right there. Lauren here also has her own Jeep. So like you got like three of us crushing it on it. When we think about Zive and we think about just from the science of, I think it comes back down to, you know, as we talk about the protocol, I want to go deeper because we say, what are the 3 steps beyond Zive? And I know Ann P, Zive has been a difference maker for a change your life. Hydrate is one, eating cleaner foods, moving your body. But today we're going to go deeper. I want to share foods that you can start working in right away. And I want to give you meal ideas as well. When we think about the reviews, and you know, it's funny to us, Abby and I were talking about before, like, man, we have thousands and thousands of customers since we launched Zive. And we have 84 reviews on our shop Zive. So I'm going to just do a call out to everyone. If you haven't made a review, make a review because guess what? We're going to do more prizes. We're going to do more giveaways. And we randomly select, I think we had from our email send, I think there were 12 new reviews this past week. And what we chose was Ingrita. It was just a random, we didn't look at what people wrote. We did a blind draw, as we said in the email. Ingrid wins 3 free Zive. And this is what she said. And, you know, when Abby said this to me, man, it was just powerful. My Zive 7 story. A total game changer. I've struggled with constipation for as long as I can remember. It made traveling a nightmare. I'd come back feeling just as bloated and comfortable as when I left, no matter how long I was gone. I tried every natural remedy out there, herbal teas, laxative supplements, you name it. Nothing gave lasting relief. Then I found Zive 7, and honestly, it changed everything. I didn't realize it was possible to feel this light, this balance, this good. No more bloating, no more pain, no more dragging around the heavy feeling. Zive 7 is hands down the best discovery of my life. Man, you know, we talked about this. It just makes me cry. I mean, you know, Lauren we were at an event, Lauren, and Abby and Hope were at that event, but they weren't with. Lauren and I were finishing up an event, like meet and greet people, and Ingrita was right there. And we took a picture. And then later that time, Abby met Ingrita and they hugged it out. She's from Chicago. They danced together. Then Hunter and Ariana, and then Hope. But I remember that picture because she told me this story. And, you know, I didn't know she submitted this review. And I just want everyone to know, like, this is what it's about. Like that feeling, that power, that energy. And if you haven't made a review, please share one. We're going to do another giveaway. We want your story to be told. We want your story to be featured. Zive has done so well, and it's only growing more and more. But we have some big campaigns that we're going to be doing, and we want to feature you. And feature you on national media if you're ready for it. If you're up for it, everyone's ready for it. But it's really, so congratulations, Ingrita. We'll be shipping you out 3 bottles of Zive. Okay, now, as we keep it going, I want to talk about, this is why Zive is by PFC3. You know, in my background, I used to launch movements globally. I would take our nutrition program, we would put a different skin on it. I'd partner with a product company and I'd take it around the world. And we did this extremely well, and it was awesome. And we'd do programs. And I would always say, like, we'd program first. We'd educate people, educate people, educate people. And then we would have products that could support that program. You could do the program, or you could do the program and the products. And when we did Zive, we had a decision. Because to me, as much as I want everyone to live PFC3 and transform their health, what I also understand, just like Ann P, she only started with Zyve. How do you get someone in the game from an entry point? How do you speak to the 7 steps of digestion to win? And that's exactly what Zyve 7 did. So instead of in the past, when we'd launch movements or products, we'd create a program with it, we said it separately. We did a very simple Zyve 7 protocol. We focused on Chop Zyve, and then we also focused on the education. The goal for us is everyone who eventually does Zyve is to get more educated, whether they do the full program or not and balance their blood sugar. We want you to get more educated and vice versa, because the combination of the two, this product was designed for the 7 steps of digestion. It hits each part that you need to optimize it. The reality is this. I was talking to a client today. She's crushing it. No seed oils. But guess what? Goes out with her family. She told the restaurant no seed oils, but they're going to put a little seed oils in. Zyve 7 is your best friend because it will counter all those other things. And then what you want to think about is, what are you doing every day at home to counter that stuff? This is the power of it, the combination of it. So when we think about this, what I want to do is I want to kind of walk you through, and I've shared this list before, but I want to build a meal plan for you. I want to take the Zyve 7 protocol, and we're going to start with our clean 28-day jumpstart because it's dairy-free. And then I have 10 foods, because you might be saying, Mark, I don't know how to do this. I love my Greek yogurt. I love my cottage cheese. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you, guess what? I got Cocojune for you, which is no dairy, no inflammation, better than your Greek yogurt, better than a Greek yogurt parfait. I'm going to drop that on you tonight. 10 foods that you can work immediately in, that you can buy anywhere. You can get them anywhere in your town and bring those into. We're going to build off this. And the key is, I want you to get out a little piece of paper and think about this, because we're going to start with the women and men. I'm going to go back and forth, but this is where I want you to think about. The first thing is that when you wake up, and I do this every morning, Ann told me this, and it's worked wonders for me. Anna says, if you do 30 minutes, it might not get as many enzymes, so you got to go on you. But I take 2 Zyve, and I do about 16 to 20 ounces of water. So first thing when I get up, I do that. I start making my coffee, and then I have a shake in the morning. I have a shake. I have an antioxidant supplementation. I take some omega-3s, and I have a little scoop of peanut butter because I love my peanut butter. And that gives me my protein, fats, and carbs. And the reason we call it PFC3, protein, fats, and carbs, is because protein helps affect your blood sugar. You have 2 hormones that balance your blood sugar. Protein affects that hormone, glucagon, carbs, insulin, fat slows down digestion. The combination of the 3 helps keep you balanced on that. If you just do protein, you come up and you crash. If you just do carbohydrates, you go up and you crash. So you spike quickly and you crash, but you don't maintain that. Protein will hold you over. You won't get the same blood sugar spike, but you'll be hungry much sooner. Fat slows down digestion. So the combination of the 3, that morning what I'm having is I'm having a protein shake. I'm taking my Zyve. I'm then having a protein shake. I'm then taking my omega-3s. I take a little scoop of peanut butter. That's my fat. That's my protein. And then I have an antioxidant supplement that kind of gives me all my vitamins and minerals and has about 15 grams of carbs. Then I'll have my coffee, and I use coconut milk instead of almond milk. So I'll share that, but I want you to start thinking about, when you wake up, when are you taking your Zyve? You want to start off the day with that. You want to think about it. Some mornings, I usually do this as my second meal. See, so I'll do a shake first thing, and then I'll do egg whites, chicken, ground turkey. I'm going to take a protein from this list, and I'm going to have that. I'm going to take a fat. I might do avocado. I'll do walnuts or pecans. And then I'm going to have some type of carbohydrate. Maybe I do a kiwi. Maybe I'm going to do an apple, a banana. Maybe I'll do a little brown rice and quinoa. Based on Dr. Anna's teaching, and I think this kind of helped me, man, I've adjusted. You know, I'm honest on these calls in the sense of my love for sugar-free gum. I mean, I love my Trident. I'm just not going to deny it. And I grew up with energy drinks. I know, don't hate me. I know energy drinks aren't great. The caffeine does not affect me like it affects other people. But guess what? Because of these trainings myself, I'm stopping energy drinks. Not doing them. I only had 2 pieces of gum today. I think within 2 weeks, I will be completely free of energy drinks, and I'm going to drop my gum probably I think I'm going to keep 2. I've tried the non-sugar sweetener ones, but I don't know. But I think if I can do everything else right, I can have 2 pieces of gum. This is the stuff I'm saying. There is no perfection. You need to choose what you're willing to do so that you live with gut greatness every day. If you're doing some of the things that you don't like or you think you know aren't great for you and you don't feel good, think about taking those out. Okay, there you go. See, there's no perfection. It's all about 1%. So you want to think about what food you're going to eat and how you're going to implement it. You then want to being in a protein bar or protein shake, you could also do like fresh turkey with some walnuts and a piece of fruit. You can have a lunch, could be like a fresh grilled chicken salad with dressing on the side. You could then bring in some type of shake or bar. You can bring in dinner. I take 6 Zyve a day. So I use my Zyve I do first thing in the morning, and then I will have 2 to 3 whole food meals throughout the day. And when I do that, like today I had ground turkey with some Simple Mills crackers. I mean, it's part of my list I'm going to be showing you. The ground turkey was 93%, so it had protein and fat, and then I had my Simple Mills crackers. I took my Zyve about 15 minutes before that because whole protein, you need to break that stuff down. If we go back to the 7 steps of digestion, I just want to remind everyone, let me go back to Zyve real quick. If you go back to these 7 steps of digestion, right here, these are the 7 steps that you need to churn it up, break it down, build it stronger, feel the burn, repel the nasty, gently expel, rise, and exhale. Whether you're using Zyve or not, you need these 7 steps. This is how your body works. So when I'm taking in that ground turkey, when I'm taking in those Simple Mills crackers, I'm eating my protein first because carbs, your body starts breaking down your sugar the moment it enters your mouth. So you would want to never eat the carbohydrates first. If you eat them all together, that's okay. But ideally, what you want to do is you want to have your protein first. So I start with that ground turkey, a little tomato sauce and pepper, cooked it in some herbs, some seasoning. And then I'm bringing in some of my Simple Mills crackers to do that. And I'm happy to put a little grass-fed butter on that as well. And that's a really clean, healthy meal from there. If I go back to here and I just click on this, I click on the thing, that enzyme right here, amylase, is in your mouth. So right now, we all have amylase. When we have carbohydrates, it starts breaking down the carbohydrates first. When you see like the protease and you see the pepsin, that starts breaking down protein, but that's in your stomach. So part of this whole process is to understand when you eat the foods that you love, the foods that work in your body, how you're eating them, how you're balancing them. When you go longer than 3 hours, we hear all this stuff about keto and fasting and all that stuff. Let me tell you, the reality is that keto has 97% failure rate after a year. Intermittent fasting destroys, and I'm not over-exaggerating, destroys women's metabolisms. We've seen this. Men, a lot of times, it works for them in a moment and then they rebound. Their failure rate is 96% on IF, but for women, particularly with hormones, horrible. So your body, you're a baby. We're all babies. Raise your hand. You ate every 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. You had a balance of protein, fats, and carbs. You stop when you're eating. You eat again when you're hungry. That's it. Dr. Anna talked about that. As a baby, when we don't have all of life, we poop after every meal typically. That's how your body wants to work. It's all the nonsense that gets thrown at you. And because of what you've learned on these calls, when we think about the nitrogen fertilizer that quadruples the amount of gluten, which triggers more zonulin in your body in the United States. When we think about the seed oils and we think about all of the things that has happened since the mid-1990s till now, we are not designed to win. So you need to become your own nutrition boss. Does this make sense to everyone? Give me a yes if you're understanding and you're starting to see and you're starting to do that. Okay. Perfect. So what I'd like you to do right now on a piece of paper, like I have a little pad right here, and I always have a pen or your phone. Write down, what time do you wake up? What time do you go to sleep? This is what I do with every client. What time do you wake up? What time do you go to sleep? Work backwards every 3 to 4 hours, okay? You know, I get up at 7, so I'm having my breakfast at 7:30. I eat again about 10:30. I'll eat again about 1:30. I'll eat again about 4:30. We'll eat again about 7:30, maybe 7. If I get hungry a little sooner, and then I'll have a little meal before bed. I'm going to hit 6 Zyve a day because that helps me. I go to the bathroom first thing in the morning. I have my coffee. You know, from that, I'll have 1 to 2 bowel movements a day based upon what I'm eating, my relaxation, all of those variables. Every morning, though, no matter what, because of the system in the rhythm. This is what it's all about. This is the key that you want to do. Oh, Joanne just joined us. Joanne, we're talking food and how to do that. So what you want to focus on is what are those flows of it? And, you know, I love it. You know what Hope said? Great, just sidebar note. Hope is awesome. Hope is just turned 10. And she was talking to me and mom and Abby, we call her mama. And she's all, why do people act like poop's a bad thing, Dad? And I said, I don't know, Hope. I don't know why somewhere in society we look at it as a bad thing. She's all, everything poops. You can't survive if you don't poop. I go, I know. I go, how people, but there's this society thing, like it's that not a positive thing. And then she said, and especially for women, like, why is it weird for women? I go, it's not weird, Hope. What I love is how I can have a real conversation with our 10-year-old about that. We should not be embarrassed of digestion. I grew up in a household with my dad with horrible digestion, and he literally had the worst smelling gas you could ever imagine. And no one talked about it. And if you said anything, it would embarrass him. And I felt like all of this uncomfortable silence, like, why? It's just the body. It's just anatomy. It's all about teaching. And that's why I love how everyone shows up. It's just the real thing. It's like we can talk about Dr. Anna's poop finger. This is the stuff that matters. And that's what we want to do. And this is where we want to do. The North Korean leader doesn't poop. I know that's what he says. Like, it's crazy. And Hope has this knowledge because we shouldn't have these limiting beliefs or limiting factors on it. Okay, now, when we keep the food party going, you want to really start thinking about going back to this list, and then you want to say, okay, what it is. Now, for the men, same meal overall, just a little bit more. Now, the older I've gotten, like Hunter at 20 will eat more. He out eats me. Like I do not have, I would say the only thing that I don't have the same metabolism as the 20-year-olds. Robert Guerrero, no, former Army Ranger. I don't have the same metabolism. I don't recover as fast. But I'm strong. I'm just very smart with how I fuel. So I don't need as much typically. So in the past, I do 6 egg whites, but now I'll do like 2 whole eggs and a couple extra egg whites. So based upon your hunger, you want to adjust it. You want to be satisfied after every meal and then ready to eat when it's time to eat. You want to find when you're bringing your Zyvin and the other supplements. And the goal is to feel great from the moment you wake to the moment you sleep. You hit the list, you look at your rhythm, you can add more stuff in. But a lot of these things in the past, we used to feel like we're giving stuff up. I want to show you, you're not giving up. So I want everyone to give me the 10 right now. Give me 10. Because I'm going to give you 10 things that I have learned this past year. 10 things that I've added this past year. Maybe one I haven't added this past year. I already had. But 10 things. And one Dr. Anna may not like. But you know what? It works for me. So I'm going with it. Okay. First off is I'm going to talk about, I was an almond milk drinker. Dr. Anna changed my mind. Like understanding, I just want to keep taking people back. When you have emulsifiers and binders, okay, if you're not making your own fresh almond milk, if you're not making your own fresh coconut milk, there might be some little binders and emulsifiers in it. They're just going to be natural. But then you got to think about the omega-3, omega-6 discrepancy. Remember, omega-6 is inflammatory, omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. Well, so I'm done with almond milk. I switched to organic coconut unsweetened. So here, I'm looking at this. It has 0 sugars. It has 4 grams of fat, and it's organic coconut milk. And I use this, and this is why it's Soy Delicious one. You can get a different one, but this has been a difference maker for me. I use this in my coffee in the morning. I'll use this in another thing when I want to have a little bit of parfait, because I've added a little bit more variety. And, it's been fun to do this because as I coach people, everyone shows me these new things that they're doing, and we're starting to see these particular things. So I've switched to coconut milk. Coconut milk by far is better than almond milk from the point of the omega-3 to omega-6 and just from that aspect of it. Very healthy fat from there. Okay. Second, this is a world changing. I love this. Like Abby bought it. Lauren bought it. Hunter and Ariana are looking at it. Coco June. Amazing. Coco June. And I just found out about 2 weeks ago. It is incredible. You want to get the one that's organic and it's unsweetened. You don't want to get the one that's sweetener because it has sugar in it. This has 2 total sugars, no added sugars. It's pure coconut. So it's organic coconuts, water, organic tapioca, vegan probiotic cultures. This is delicious. I take this, I'll put a little protein powder in it, and I put some berries in it. Oh, I'm in heaven. That's my parfait that I've been missing every single day. You can also take this and you put that and you can freeze it and make it like a frozen bar. I mean, that's the power of it. You can do so many different things on this. So Coco June, Sprouts is there. It is so good on that. I have an almond cow and I drink almond, walnut, and coconut milk. We make it home. Perfect. I think walnut would be better than the almond because walnut's higher in omega-3s. So I think from the omega-3, omega-6, but the almond cow is perfect if you're making it yourself. Okay. Those are two. That's my coconut jam. I love my coconut. Now, protein powder. We also found this called Aura. And it's right there. And I love, it's great because Abby and Lauren have really challenging digestive systems. So one will try something and then the other will try something. And then we're able to work together on that. Like Lauren brought some Aura over. Abby tried it, liked it. Then she ordered it on Amazon. Aura is really good. You want to get the unsweetened. It's all plant-based protein, organic. And you want to get the unsweetened, unflavored. Like it has no flavor. So if you expect low sugar, it doesn't taste it. Super, super clean. For someone who can't do stevia or whey protein. Now, Dr. Anna talks about how whey is inflammatory. I get it. I still love my whey. I love my Ascent whey. I get this from Costco. It's amazing. I use this. I'll use the Aura as well. I don't seem to be inflamed from whey. I've used whey my whole life. So this is a whey isolate, and it's super clean, stevia-based, no sugar sweetener. So like a lot of times you'll see sucralose and stuff like this. You got to look at it. But whey's going to be, I think I'm the only one in the family that can have whey. So like I'm like 1 out of 6. So you kind of have to decide if you want that. But Aura is your solution. And I'll tell you, the Aura with the Coco June and some frozen blueberries, that's pretty good. Okay. I love that. Abby just said Target now has Coco June. Okay. Now, you guys liking the show and tell? That's 4. So we did the coconut and we did the protein powder. Now, let's talk about what I just did my cast iron with. I used to use other oils and ghee. Grass-fed ghee right here. Clarified butter, grass-fed and pasture-raised right there. Ghee is incredible. I'm starting to use it. I'm using butter again. I'm sticking to all of the stuff, and I'm using this to cook with now. And I'll tell you, you can get it at Costco, high quality. Ghee is no joke on that side. Okay, now, protein bars. Protein bars are tough because if you get, I love, like my buddy makes Power Crunch, Kevin Lawrence, but it has gluten in it. And I just don't want to have gluten. So I'm sad about that. I love Quest, but they're loaded in sugar sweeteners. So any sugar, like anything that tastes really, really good is artificially flavored. So you got to be careful. You got to really look at the label. I love the IQ bars. I know people like Aloha bars. There's a really expensive bar called the Jacob bar. And that bar is like $5 a bar. That is a clean bar. It's got egg whites in it. I don't know why, but spending $5 on a protein bar doesn't sit well with me. But listen, it's really clean. It just feels like it's expensive. But if you really lung that's probably the cleanest bar on the market right now, called Jacob bar. I love the IQ bar. Get it at Costco. I love my little peanut butter, chocolate, almond butter chip. This is a great grab and go. This is massive for me from here. And it does have some prebiotic fiber. So where Abby and Lauren can't have this, Hunter and Rara can. Hope doesn't really do bars. So for this, they do an Aloha bar instead. So you can play with that because the Jacob bar has egg whites and they're both allergic to eggs. Okay, so there we go. Now I got 4 more things. I'm going to try this tonight after this call, my Coco June. This is 7 Sundays right here. Super clean. So this is what you want to think about. So this has, it's number 1, it's no added sugar, non-gluten, non-GMO. We come right here. It's gluten-free, it's kosher, no grains, no refined sugars, no weird stuff, 100% plant-based, non-GMO. It's 13 grams of fat. Total carbs are 9, fibers 4. So, and total sugars are 4 with no added sugars, like less than 1 gram of added sugar. That's what you want to think about. Because remember, all stuff gets broken down. Like if I share this list right now and I go here. Oh yeah, John's in New Zealand right now. John's got the best. He's got like Kiwi capital of the world. All of these carbs get broken down to sugar. So an apple, a berry, a kiwi, it all gets broken down to sugar. But right here is almonds, coconut, sunflower seeds, dates, pecans, pumpkin seeds, coconut oil, flax seeds, chia seeds, dark chocolate. That's where the little sugar comes in. Cocoa powder, raspberries, vanilla extract, sea salt. Really, really good. Guess what I'm gonna do? It's gonna be a little too much fat, so I'm gonna try it though. Put a little of this in the Coco June, elevates me on fat. Put a little frozen berries in it with some of my Ascent protein powder. The fat will be a little high. For me, that doesn't bother me as much. If you have gallbladder sensitivity or bile sensitivity, that might be a little too much. So you probably want to choose like just blueberries or things that are just carbs that are not granola that have fat in it as well. Okay. Oh, this is Robert's go-to cereal brand. Okay. Then I have pecans and walnuts. These are great for omega-3s. Awesome. Grab and go. I always have them with me. These are the things, if you start thinking about, okay, wait a second, get some Coco June and coconut milk. You got grab and go stuff. Have some fresh fruit available and some frozen berries. I got that. Get a little protein powder so you can fill in the gaps. Get a protein bar that you like. Now you're building in meals. Now when you go grocery shopping, you choose your protein, fats, and carbs, but now you can make meals quick, efficient. You can cook with your ghee. You can cook with your olive oil. You're winning from these things. And then this is the go-to of all go-tos for us, Simple Mills. I love this brand. I understand they have seed oils. It's almond flour. This is why Zyve matters. This is why what you're doing, the other meals matter, all of that stuff. I love these almond crackers. I get them at Costco. They are a game changer for me from this side. So I love this, and it kind of gives me, if I just have completely, this isn't really like a grain, but it's kind of like a grain. It's not a grain, but it does have cassava flour. But this is so good for me because if I go only fruits and veggies, I get too hungry because I'm 215 pounds. You know, I'm a big guy. I train hard, so I need some of that. But I love this. Once again, total carbs 17, fibers 2, 0 sugars, 0 added sugars, nut seed and flour blend, almond, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, tapioca starch, cassava flour, organic sunflower oil, sea salt, organic onion, garlic, rosemary. Doesn't get better than that. That's the stuff that's clean. And the last thing, protein on the go chumps. Carnivore snacks makes dehydrated meat. That's amazing. But I'll tell you, people with digestive challenges, because it's dehydrated meat, it destroys your digestive system if you have too much. Chomps has been our biggest winner for people. It's grass-fed, super clean, easy to go, great for traveling. So those are my 10. The objective today, we talked about every part of your digestive system. Next week, we wrap with the stomach. Think about your 7 steps of digestion. Think about your mechanical digestion, which is your teeth and your smooth muscle of your intestine, of your digestive system, and chemical, your acid, your enzymes, your bile, all of that to help break down food. The goal is simple. You have 3 macronutrients to make energy: protein, fat to carbs. Protein gets broken down to amino acids, fat to fatty acids, carbohydrates to glucose, fiber being the only thing that your body can't use for energy. And it will just be, it's not broken down from that side. But all other carbs get broken down as sugar. This is the key for you. Your goal is to eat as clean as you can while still enjoying your food, and then using your Zyve so that you can optimize your blood sugar balance and have great gut greatness, regularity, feeling good, no indigestion, no acid reflux. And when you do that, you not only help yourself, you share that with everyone that you love in this world. You teach your kids, your grandkids, your nieces and nephews. You teach everyone how to live with gut greatness, because this is truly the only way we can stop the onslaught of the craziness going on right now. People are suffering. People don't know. The media doesn't educate them. So it's up to us to lead by example. Okay. So I'll do what was 4. So 1 was coconut milk, Coco June, Ora, Ascent. That's whey. Don't tell Dr. Anna. Ghee, whey's good with me. So you guys see ghee is 5. IQ, 7 Sundays. Simple Mills. And they make pumpkin muffin, brown, all of that stuff. Just use some protein powder. Pecans and walnuts and chomps. Top 10. Get your food, build your system, what time you wake, what time you go to sleep, when you're taking your Zyve, and everything in between. Okay, is there a difference between the different Sundays? Yeah, Shay, I think this one's got the dark chocolate. They make ones without it, which will have less sugar, but this is the only one Costco had. So try to find the cleanest one that you can. Let's go side by side. Got Guardians. It's all up to us, and it starts with you. Crush this week. Talk soon. Bye, everyone.